All right, folks, we are back here at the Reg.A Money Show, and we teased the audience with a pretty amazing thing, Miguel. Let's get going with this. How are we going to revolutionize the market here? What's going on?
All right, so here's what we're talking about. We're talking about a hybrid. Again, and this is crazy how this guy's name comes up. And every time I think about Darren now, I think of Britney Spears, because Darren Marble said that he listens to Britney Spears. So now I think of Darren Marble, and I think of Britney Spears. I can't believe it, but a couple of shows back, I think if you go back about 3 months or so, Darren did a show with us when we were talking about the hybrid offering. The hybrid offering was a mixture of institutional investors, market broker-dealers, and then regular, everyday Main Street investors. But I've taken now that idea and actually hybrid the offering itself. So we're going to do a Reg.A, because that's what Darren was talking about last show, how people are using Reg.A to do security token offerings. And I say the next generation or the next level of Reg.A offerings that are going to come out, Reg.A Tier II offering, Ron, is going to have not one component, but two components. It's going to have a common stock component. So it's going to be your IPO, and then it's going to be your STO. You're going to issue 1 million shares of common stock in your company, and you're going to issue 1 million security tokens. And now everybody, I just broke the internet, okay? I just broke the internet because people were thinking, well, I got to do one or I got to do the other. No. You're going to do both. You're going to do an X number of common and an X number of STO. Why STO? Because Darren said it. And if you do any research on the security token, it's a programmable security. You program it, okay? We're going to program it with a blank slate, but we're going to offer it at $1, or we're going to offer it at $2, or we're going to offer it at $3. And guess what, guys? That security token, let's say you are an up-and-coming real estate development company. I don't know. Okay, you're a technology company. People are going to buy your security tokens because guess what? They're going to be able to deposit those security tokens in your blockchain technology wallet. So you're going to create a wallet for all those token holders. So those token holders are going to be able to, one, find liquidity with that token by buying your product. So that way you can have your security tokens be monetary value for your product. Second, you're going to be able to list your token on a crypto exchange. That crypto exchange, you're going to list your token and say, hey, our tokens are listed on this exchange. And then people are going to go and be able to trade those tokens for maybe Bitcoin, or maybe for a different type of STO that's out there that they could possibly use to get liquidity on that token. Now, say your tokens don't make it to a crypto exchange. Say the Securities and Exchange Commission says, you know what, token's bad. Fine. Nobody else has an exit strategy, guys, for their tokens. But guess what? You do, because you'll tell in the offering, if we can't get our tokens listed on a crypto exchange, or if we're due to some type of regulatory enforcement, we can't use security tokens, we will be more than happy to convert your token into 1 share of our common stock. Boom! I broke the internet again. Ron. I am sorry. I just broke the internet again. Okay? Now, you're going to take your security token and you're going to convert it into 1 common stock, or you're going to convert it into 1 preferred common stock. Okay? Remember the conversations that you guys have had here with us, the Reg.A Money Show, Ron Costa, me, Miguel Docher. Do you remember when we were talking about the different types of offerings that you can do? You can offer a common, preferred, or maybe even a note, a warrant. You guys remember those conversations that we had? Well, now you can use your security token to program it any way you want. So you can have a common stock, You can have a preferred stock. You can have it turned into a warrant. So that way, you have just secured your security token offering against the equity of your company with common or preferred or some type of other equity. And this is all part of the registration document that you were going to do anyway. You were going to do it anyway because you're thinking of accessing the public markets with a registration under Reg.A Tier II, completely audited company. Now, not only will you have your own currency with your security token, but you also have and be able to trade your common stock. Because guess what, guys? The money that you get from offering your security tokens, that does go onto your balance sheet. That does produce, guess what, an asset to allow you to uplist your company onto a larger exchange, maybe a New York Stock Exchange or something in that kind of realm. So that way you're able to qualify for those larger exchanges because now you're asset based, and that's the key to this entire thing. You need to be asset based to be able to be traded on a significant exchange. So with the combination of this new hybrid offering, you are now offering security tokens and common stock together as one offering.
Wow. Yeah, that's huge. And then when you talk about going to a major exchange like that, Miguel, I think you broke the internet the third time on that one, right?
Yeah,
wow.
I've actually just destroyed the internet, Ron. When people get home, or when they go to look on their internet, and they pull up their Google, it's going to have my picture in there and say, he just broke it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. But, getting back to what you were saying, though, the one thing you can't get around, though, is that these security token offerings, well, I guess by definition, security, they are securities, and you still have to deal with SEC and qualifications and things like that, right?
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying to you, Ron, because, right now it's so unsure. Everybody understands that there's a great opportunity, but not everybody understands what type of regulations are going to be dropped onto the security token industry. So why not, Ron, go ahead and take advantage of the security token market and then back it with the common stock of your company.
Yeah, that's brilliant. It's brilliant. I remember a while back you mentioned with the show a couple of months ago, where we started talking about hybrid offerings, as in hybrid between institutional investors and regular Main Street guys, and now we've taken hybrid to a whole different term as well. Everything is evolving. It's really a great, exciting industry to be part of right now.
It's true, and here's the important thing, Ron, is that people are starting to realize that there's an opportunity here. And people and the industry itself, is growing very exponentially. Okay, you can see it. Broker dealers are coming to us. People are looking for syndication of broker dealers, and they wanting to get information. Okay, but you have to understand that what we do here on the Reg.A Money Show is we present information for the consumption of our listeners. We're not giving legal advice in any fashion. We are not telling you what you should or should not do. We are not broker dealers. We are not stock traders. That's not what Ron and I do, guys. What Ron and I do is give you information and allow you to make the best decisions for your situation, because every situation and every business is different. Every business is in a different stage of their development. And the things that you take off of one show, you may not even use until like 3 months down the road. Or you may have everything that you need because you've actually progressed and you're going, oh my God, yes, that makes perfect sense to us. And that's what we're trying to do here. And we're trying to present it in an entertaining format, so that way at least you guys are entertained a little bit, so that way we don't lose you guys to the other temptations of the internet. Okay, so I want you to understand that what Ron Costa and me, Miguel Dotras, do here on the Reg.A Money Show, we do it because we have a passion for the industry. We understand that we are just scratching the surface. And now when you include STO and Reg.A and the two together, you're going to be looking at something that is going to revolutionize the way that business is done, and not only that, but the way that people access capital markets. And I'm telling you, what is happening in this industry is truly amazing. It's truly amazing, Ron.
And you touched on the liquidity aspect of it too, which is huge. That's one of the big drawbacks that people bring. But being able to have a liquidity event on something like this is unreal. I think, Miguel, as you mentioned, if somebody creates some kind of a market, like a token market, they're going to do quite well with that, don't you think?
No, there's a few exchanges out there, Ron, that are working on blockchains. There's a couple of exchanges, they're called cryptocurrency exchanges, where people are already trading cryptocurrencies, and a lot of the currencies right now, are hard to judge, what type of market there is for a type of security. But I can tell you one thing: if you were a publicly traded company and you have, and let me just give you an example, right? So let's say tomorrow Walmart added a security token to their portfolio. Here's a company that already owns a bank and that owns, thousands of retail outlets throughout the world. And now they have a security token. They have a security token where you can use your token, buy tokens, okay, online from Walmart, okay, and then use them to pay for goods and services. Do you know what value that Walmart token could possibly have if you went to use it, like let's say at Amazon, or say that you wanted to go and use your tokens and say, hey, I got 30,000 Walmart tokens and I'd like to get a car with that. Do you think that the car dealership would turn away your Walmart tokens?
I wouldn't.
No, nobody would. Nobody would. That's what I'm saying to you. So that's why. And then Walmart could literally not dictate, but the market could actually control what that actual Walmart token would be worth. Is it worth $1, $1.50, $1.25, $2, $3, $4? So you can see how the demand for those tokens would go up, driving the price of those tokens up, where Walmart could then sell products, goods, and services for a slight discount or for even more profit because their tokens have gone up in price. So I'm telling you, Ron, the level of opportunity that is being presented by the security tokens offering, and with the right mixture of offering and equity security behind it, I think that it could be huge, Ron, just huge. And everybody out there listening to the show, they understand that. Right now, I know a lot of people, you're scratching your head going, man, how is that exactly going to work? But you'll see. If what we'll do in the next couple of shows, how Ron and I like to break everything down for you guys. We'll break it down a little bit more for you, so that way you get a real. I just wanted to kind of put a little music in your ear, put a little thought in your ear, and then really develop it, because this is like a stretch goal. It's a giant goal, but then we're gonna break it down to like the to-do list. And then we'll break that down into like the things that you need to do to get to that stretch goal. Because I'm telling you, if you're out there right now and you're listening to the Reg.A Money Show with Ron Costa and Miguel Dotres because you think that you want to take your company to the next level, and this is something that you really, really want to do, then you have to start looking at all the different options that we're presenting on this show. You have to stay current with it, because if you don't, you're going to be losing out on a big opportunity. I'm telling you, we're getting picked up by all kinds of syndications out there for a reason, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you really want to get a good head start on this, if you haven't listened to last week's podcast with Darren Marble talking about the STOs and blockchain and all kinds of stuff, you got to go back and listen to the archive. It's on Reg.A That's our website, REGAmoney.com. I know, Miguel, usually we'll take a question from one of our audience and listeners, but today this information was just too big. We just couldn't fit a time for the question. We'll get back to that on the next show. But
next week we'll do Next week we'll do 2 questions, Ron, okay, because we just broke the internet, so we're going to get questions about why we broke the internet. But we'll take 2 questions next week because watch, everybody will be on fire with this concept. So I'd like